What's going on, people? So today we are doing a day in a life, but we are going out to one of our sponsors of the podcast, pitchroofers.co.uk, Pitch Roofers Bridgend, top blokes. And one thing you may know about me is if I'm going to work with someone, we got to have an alignment, we got to have the same values. And since they've sponsored the podcast and sponsored me, you get to know people more, and getting to know Gerald and the team and how much they actually help people who are in need with roofing, general help. Recently they went out and helped Hope Rescue last week. If you like me, you love pets, so they helped those guys out. But last couple of years they've been massive on charities and doing these events and giving back. So massive shout out to Pitch Roofers. So what we're going to show you today is what they do on a job site. Have a bit of a chat with the boys. They're probably going to be a bit nervous, but it's good stuff. They're all Bridgend half boys, which makes it better. And if you know me, you know that's my local team. So we're going to go out there today and check them out. Before we do that, we're just going to go through the town, go into the office, and go from there. It's funny, man. You got a camera in hand, everyone seems to look. Let's go in the office. Let's get our stuff before we start. Forgive me for the mess. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out now. Check out the boys. Enjoy this part. This is gonna be the fun part. Might see me on a roof, we never know. Let's go. We're giving back to the people who look after us. So one thing we're doing is going out to see the boys today at Pitch Roofers. So we've got the boys right now behind us. I'm gonna flick the screen around and you can see them working. We've got Pitch Roofers here today. We've got Gerald up there. We've got a couple of the Bridgend half rugby boys working hard on a double roof and doing what they do best. Let's just check out the van. If you boys want to get in touch in the area, you've got Pitch Roofers. Your man Gerald is the guy. If you want any quotes, any type of roofing done, he's your guy. And there they are up there, grafting away. Go on, the boys. You sore from the rugby? Any of you sore from rugby?
Hard game, right?
Yeah. How are they going, Jer?
Really good. Old Bridgend Athletic boys.
That's it.
I'm doing a Bridgend Athletic house, so
is
it's
it?
all good, isn't it?
That's the one, mate. I'll come up there now and interview. How are you finding it with all the boys after rugby?
They're good, man.
Yeah?
I got to be honest with you, Tom and Ben obviously been with me now for quite a few years. Tom in particular has been with me nearly 7 years now.
Oh, wow.
So what we decided, we would take another roofers on. I've employed nearly every roofer in Bridgend, bar the owners of the property, of their companies.
Yeah.
So I said, look, let's look to the rugby group and see if, and Tom knows all the boys. And the first one who came forward was Ben.
Yeah.
He really wanted to, and he's got such a good skill set, being a carpenter.
Love her.
And then obviously Mackenzie's learning the trade, but Christ, he's been with me a couple of times, outstanding.
Yeah.
But the whole ethos is like teamwork. And I got it. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Evan Darmo's worked with us a couple of times. They got college or university commitments, so that makes it difficult. But this week he's given up 4 days.
Amazing.
So we'll smash the labouring part of it out.
Nice.
And I need the younger boys here really, because I'm not no spring chicken. But I'll still put in a day shift.
Yeah, 100%.
It gets harder.
Oh, mate. I fair play. And you've got to be keeping quotes on, getting work ahead all the time.
No, the big thing for me is running a business, and I've done it all my life. I've never worked, well, I have worked for a couple of companies, but majority of my work in life has been self-employed.
Yeah.
So it's not just about turning up in the morning. I've got to go out in the evenings, do the things, then go home, do the quotes, sometimes working until midnight, getting things done, organising the job, organising the scaffold, the materials, etc., etc. Where I'm really fortunate, and they take the pressure, I've got such good boys, I know they're going to
Get it done.
And
turn up.
That sounds like an obvious thing.
Staff is hard now these days.
Oh, it's a nightmare. And I genuinely believe we've got a real good formula here, and we've got such good boys.
Yeah.
And I swear by it. And that's why I've been doing a little bit with the app.
Yeah.
I want to do a lot more. There's a lot going on down there.
Yeah.
But I've sponsored only the 2 boys taking out a gold membership. But I'm going to actually now take another 2 players on who I've sponsored, so
good,
try and put a little bit back.
Yeah, you're always doing a lot of things. You're giving, like last week, were you doing stuff with
Yeah, but what happened? I don't know if you saw it. It went viral. It had 2.5 million views. But
Wow.
Hope Rescue,
That's
which is
right.
a dog sanctuary, basically. I call it it's almost like an orphanage for dogs.
Wow.
Fantastic setup, but it totally dependent on sponsors
Yeah.
and funding and that. They put up a video where it literally flooded the kennels with the torrential rain.
Wow.
So I went up there first thing the following morning to see what I could do.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be much bigger than I ever thought.
Wow.
So it turned out to be £100,000 job.
Holy.
Managed to get all the materials donated. We give up our time voluntary to do the work with 2 other companies who came in. One was another roofer from the Rhondda who was absolutely fantastic. Believe it or not, they're Cartwright Roofing. Twin Town.
I was waiting to say something to say about Twin
What a
Town.
great bunch of boys.
Yeah.
We brought 5 boys, and then there was a couple of other tradesmen there.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Rhondda Roofing Supplies brought it together in
Nice.
a way. Because he was there the following day with me, and I said, look, we've got to get stuck into this
Yeah.
straight away. So we gave up 2 days last week, but it's an ongoing situation.
Yeah.
We've seen other opportunities to help them. So over the next couple of months, I'll be doing a lot more work voluntary for them. Hopefully sourcing material. If you're watching this, Chris Price, Travis Perkins, I want you to put your hand in. And so it goes on, you know.
Love that, mate. Love it. Well, the best thing I like about what you're doing, you got the boys in here, the rugby boys, which is from Regina Athletic. And on top of that, you're always trying to help out as much as you can.
Yeah.
Where does that come from with you, Jay?
It's gone on the years. My dad was one of the most generous men you could even ever meet. And he had a business. He came out of the Second World War. He was highly decorated, dropping special forces off in Burma.
Wow.
He came out, he set up a small business in Port Talbot, which grew into something good, catering business, bakery, 2 shops.
Yeah.
And his work ethic was phenomenal. But what he used to do, he used to say to me when I was about 14 or 15, come out in the van with me.
Yeah.
Before Tesco's were around, he was the first home delivery thing in Port Talbot.
Doing that back in the day?
Yeah, tough areas, Sandhills Estate. And I'd take a box of goods in and I said, Dad, they haven't given us any money. He said they can't afford to. Wow. So he used to give a lot away to
Very
people
selfless.
who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I see vulnerability as a massive part of my life where you look at people who aren't as fortunate as me.
Yeah.
And if I can do anything and give it back, I do. You know, I'm at the age now, I've done my bit, but I'll continue to do it for a number of years. And 2 reasons. I like to give something back. So any opportunity I can help someone, I will, you know. And I do quite a bit with other sports as well as the art, and not big amounts, but they are grateful. And if I see a club really struggling and they need some help, like Vale United now got a problem with their roof. I was one of the first ones to start our football team off with Sport EV because my 2 boys played. So we're going to do their roof or part of it to help them out. So we do a lot of things like that, and some of it goes unnoticed, and we're not doing it for the publicity. But I'm doing it because these people need it.
100%,
you know.
That's awesome, Jay. And I appreciate you sponsoring the podcast as well. You know, what was obviously I've known you from years now, but what was the big thing for you to support the podcast?
What you're genuinely doing is phenomenal, and you get some brilliant guests on there. Again, vulnerable. Some of them are really vulnerable, and some of them have come through difficult times. And I think people need to see that and be aware of it. You know why? A lot of people just let it go over their heads. So when you draw to their attention, people say, oh, yeah, I know someone in a similar position. Maybe I should give them a phone call or whatever, you know. Also, you do some other very interesting people. You know, sports people in particular. I got one who might be interested in doing one with you anyway. He just brought a book out, Di Bishop.
Oh, definitely.
So, he's got a big book launch at the moment, so I'm going to have a word with him. But no, the reason, you know, you were looking for sponsors. It was the least I could do, and I think you're a great guy, and you know, Regina Athletic, and and I knew you from the rugby league days as well.
Yeah, mate, definitely.
Of the Celtic Crusaders. So I think it's brilliant what you're doing.
Top man, thank you, man. But what are you going to get me into doing today now, anyway? What am I doing? Am I up and out with Mackenzie, or am I up with the boys, Ben and Tom?
I think what I want you to slate it off, and the boys can have a break.
Yes.
No, you know, it's just good for you to be here. It gives you a bit of feel of what we actually do. Again, I've been quite blessed with the ath. They had Gabe's mum messed me the other day, take a chimney down.
Class.
So, you know, people are starting to know us now down here.
Definitely.
But again, that wasn't the reason I've done it.
No.
But we do good quality work, and that's why we get work.
It comes back around then, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
How can people find you anyway? How can people get a quote? How can people find our pitch roofers?
A lot of it's referral, but I do a bit now. I don't know if you've noticed on social
Yeah,
media.
it's good. I like it.
I'm doing a little bit on Instagram. I'm a little bit old school, so I'm not the best.
I like it.
But I'm trying to learn.
Mate.
Yeah, and I play around with different things, do a lot of reels. We got a website, pitchroofer.co.uk, and we set up another company last year called pitchplastics.co.uk,
Okay.
and that's mainly doing UPVC, fascia soffits, gutters, pipes, that type of thing, and that's going really, really well. I do get a lot from doing little sponsorships.
Yeah.
Because people say, I know a roofer, that type of thing. And I think when people get to know us, we are good on site. We are very professional.
Yeah.
We're not, bad language and all that, whether that's right or wrong, but I'm a firm believer in that. And we got very high standards.
Love that.
To give you an idea, we're doing the whole 2 roofs.
Yeah.
I decided to call a shot here. We were going to go right across strip it.
Yeah.
A couple of bad clouds. So we go into the end of this house.
Yeah.
We'll felt and batten it all the way up. So we've taken all the slates off, and then all these battens are coming off as we go up.
Nice.
Once it's felt and battened, it's ready to slate. Yeah. So again, we only use the best materials. The slates we're going to be putting on here aren't those ones. These are just to get the gauge right.
Yeah.
We've got the most expensive slate, man-made slate that you can get on the market, but I tend to give the same price as I would for these slates.
Okay.
And the reason for that, I want people to drive past and say, "Oh, it's a lovely roof."
Yeah, definitely.
And it will. When this is done, I'll send you some pictures
Please.
after we've done it. And if you walk around,
come on.
just be careful.
Yeah.
There's no board there. If you come around here, and there's also
Yeah.
So come around, and we'll be taking the Velux window out here. He doesn't want it in, so we'll be taking that out. Coming around here, obviously, and then as you come round the corner, another Velux we've taken out.
Lovely.
The gentleman in this farmhouse wants a Velux put in, so we got a new Velux to fit there. And so all this is yet to come off. So first day, we've only been in 2 hours, and I think we've made good progress.
You ripped in hard, haven't you?
Yeah, and then the chimney should come down.
Yeah.
But the one customer wanted it down, the other didn't, and you got to get permission off both sides. So,
Okay.
we're going to clean it all up, get all that growth out. It's in a bad condition, as you can see.
Yeah.
And then we're going to repoint it, make it a lot safer, put all new LED work in. So, as you can see, it's a fair size roof.
Yeah, it is.
It's not the biggest we've done, but it's what we call an enjoyable roof.
Yeah.
It's quite good, And the way the scaffold is set out, you can just walk around and take all the materials. So basically, that gives you an idea of what we're doing.
Yeah.
These old roofs are fantastically constructed. It's about 100 years old, believe it or not.
Wow.
And these weigh a ton. Each one of those is clay.
Yeah.
Clay ridges. Obviously, the cost to do a like for like on a roof like this is punitive. You couldn't, well, some people will do it, but you're talking some of these Welsh slate now, if you replace them at 25 to 30 quid a slate. So you multiply that by 2,000. Just for the materials, you're talking about 65,000.
Oh, wow.
But when you see what we're putting on here, it's comparable. And it's a lot more inexpensive for the client, but you get the same sort of feel for it.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing the finished touch, the finished look.
It's that's why we get a lot of social media. People are able to see. I put up like a before, during, and after. So they can see the progress of it. I want to get more into talking through certain issues. But again, like you said, you get home in the night sometimes. On the weekend, I done 7 jobs that went out the price.
Oh, wow.
So that's a weekend.
Yeah.
And I like my rugby.
Yeah.
And I was going to come up the Penalta, but of course I couldn't. And the weather was shocking on Friday.
Wasn't it?
We got inundated with inquiries and that. Some we won't do because it's not in our interest to do a little slate off or a tile. Again, if someone's vulnerable, I will. One storm, that big one we had a couple of years ago, we had 285 inquiries. So then I had to shift through all of those emails, texts and phone calls. and find out the vulnerability. So if it's an old lady on her own, she goes top of the list.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's a young family, single parent, panicking, top of the list.
Yeah.
But if it's someone who's got no problem really, and
Yeah.
there's no water coming in, they don't go bottom of the list, but they
Yeah.
have to wait. And I tell them, I'm quite upfront on
It's good.
that.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, mate. Well, what's the plan of attack then? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do some loadout for you? Do you want me to help you out anyway? Get me with all you can, mate. Because I'll be gone, and these hands are not designed for it anymore.
No, but I know you're a brickie, so you can come and brick my house I got now and taking windows out.
Unless you want a wonky house, mate.
No. Everything is cleared straight away.
Yeah.
I think that's important. We never leave it for two reasons. The clients like it.
Yeah.
More importantly, it's a health and safety hazard if you
100%.
leave it up. You don't want to be struggling around. But we felt today we want to get it watertight, and then we get all this down and we get rid of it all. So that's gone. And every day we do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, again, if you look around at the site, this is something you've got to take into consideration. You couldn't get a skip in here.
No.
We sometimes use a trailer. Couldn't even get a trailer in. So I'm actually going to use the van to get rid of all of this.
Fair play, do. Couple of trips.
Yeah, a couple of trips. We take it to Scott Waste in Pyle Industrial Estate.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Done.
Nice.
One thing gone. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Out of my hair.
21 today?
Yeah, so I can get old now.
Getting old.
Sadly.
Mate, what's been happening anyway? I know you're helping out with the boys today.
Yeah, I've helped out before. I just boys ever need a hand. I come off uni sometimes, so it's nice to I get a bit of experience and stuff actually in the real world.
Yeah. What are they teaching you in particular, Ben and Tom? What are they teaching you?
Well, I'm kind of just observing, seeing what it's all like. But I help take everything down, and then I'll pretty much help just do all the manual labour stuff. Really, give the boys a hand.
Nice. Is the future pitch roofer?
Maybe. See what happens after uni. One year left, and then into the real world next year. So it's good. I got something like this.
How's the body after the game?
No, my knees hurting a bit, but not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah. What have you done? You've done
Yeah, on my left, but it's reoccurring, and it just keeps coming. I've got a bit of cortisone in there.
Are you? Are you going to get cortisone?
I've already had some. I get
still getting issues with it?
Kills, like.
Yeah. All right, top man. We'll move on to these fellas. Let them crack on and ask some questions. What are you two, the partners in crime, are you? Yeah.
I am the partner. No, yeah. Yeah. Just getting our measurements sorted.
So what are we doing here anyway? Battening this up. And then what is this called, boys? Just to clarify.
Felt. Breathable felt.
Breathable felt.
But the old roofs didn't have felt on it. The old Welsh slate roofs, they didn't put felt on it. Because you get good coverage off the slates. So
how long did it take you boys to get this done? Is this a fair whack?
about 40 minutes, something like that. Yeah, went too bad. Flying them down.
I don't know, you do it after a game of rugby, boys. I'm so
Well, I only had half game. Well, only had 20, didn't I?
How are you finding physical labour, Tom, at our age now, like playing rugby, lifting on the roofs?
Active recovery.
Active recovery, mate.
Get the blood pumping, but isn't it? Yeah, it's not too bad, but to be honest, out in the fresh air, isn't it?
Nice. You've done a lot with the Celtic Crusaders.
Yeah.
Impressive times.
It was a fantastic experience, and an old friend of mine from Talbot. Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah, I got Brian Adams down there, sellout concert. Done quite a few things down there, but with the Celtic Crusaders, I was fortunate because a good friend of mine from Talbot, Chris O'Callaghan, I don't know if you've heard of Chris, big now with the Fighting Irish, but a great player in his own time, he captained Bridgend at the peak when they have sellout crowds and that, and he asked me to get involved, and I was like a bit reluctant at first, but then once you get a taste for it, was only me and him at the beginning. Chris originally, before we even kicked the ball, 2004. Setting up everything, got everything, and then we decided to get the Australians over, as you know. I haven't played in Australia.
Yeah.
We got a lot of ex, like Brisbane Broncos originally. John Dixon came as our coach. Jace Van Dyke, Damien Quinn, Tony Duggan. Still keep in touch with all of them. Yeah, they're great boys. And we had a small Welsh contingency because it never really taken off in Wales. It had before when Kevin Ellis, Alan Bateman, Scott Gibbs, that era, but then we were trying to rebuild something. But we had great boys like Dean Fitzgerald, Howell Davis, Dean Scully, all good boys, and fair play to with them. They held their own. But as you go up and progress, the experience needs to come in. But it was a great ride, and we took the club to Super League. I don't want to go into what happened next. I got to be careful, but I think everyone knows. I decided to call it a day, and then the Brewery Field Limited asked me to come in and run it because they just got money from Bridgentown Football Club, 2 million. And they wanted to spend it, so I was the man to do that. And but all of a sudden, then the Crusaders became my tenant. And that didn't go down very well with the club owner, and but I got to be careful on that. But anyway, so then they eventually moved to Newport, and then they went to Wrexham, didn't they? But I wasn't part of it, so I done a year with the Brewery Field Limited. That's all that they and I wanted to do. Restructured them, spent money doing different rooms out, which again they've gone and redone them again now. But everything was good, and it was good times, you know. But I managed for the first time ever to put a fireworks display on, which everyone said was impossible because of the petrol station next door. But I got it through, and we made a sellout again. Because Bridgen's crying out for stuff like that. And if you prepared to be a little bit adventurous, like the Bryan Adams concert, everyone said to me that will never happen, but it did. But he was obnoxious, but we got through it. He was on massive money for one day, 150,000. So obviously we had to, Beverly Knight was a support act. She was outstanding. What a lovely person. Bryan Adams and his crew were obnoxious, but we managed to sell it out, and we done really well on that. So yeah, you know, lots of good experiences. Obviously, I was with Cardiff City for 3 years as well. Got him promoted, went into Europe, one game away from playing Barcelona. And, you know, that was, but that would have been great for me, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, I like rugby, but I love football as well. And still a big supporter of Cardiff City, you know.
Do you keep an eye on the Ravens at all now down there?
Yeah, I do. You know, I'm a big out-and-out Aberafon supporter. I'm born and bred for Talbot. And I lived in Ogmore-by-Sea for 23 years. I just moved back to Avon Valley, right next to Avon Argoed Park. And I bought about 4 acres of land with it. And that's my retirement home. And we're absolutely loving it. I thought my wife would be a bit reluctant, but she said it's the best thing she's ever done.
Ogmore's lovely, mind.
But yeah, Ogmore was fantastic. But we were there for 23 years. I had 4 children. They've all grown up, fled the nest. It was too big for us, and we decided we wanted another challenge. So despite doing this all day and all the other stuff, I'm renovating the house at the same time. So every night I go home and do about an hour there, then my paperwork, and sometimes another hour back doing a bit of renovation. Like,
you always keep yourself busy.
Got to, you know, and I'm pushing on now in my age, and I don't want to.
35.
Yeah, double that. And you know, people saying, "Am I ever going to retire?" I know when I'm ready to retire. I've had like a lot of bad health issues the last 2 years. A year ago, I was about 10 minutes from dying, and but I survived that. And now, you know, I've had a couple of cancer scares. I'm having an X-ray on Wednesday again. For something else, so but this keeps me going, and this keeps me positive, and I am fit for my age, you know. Up until last year I was doing all the Special Forces challenges all over the Brecons. For my 70th birthday I'm doing Offers Dyke, and I'm going to try and break a British record of 4.5 days, and that's by doing about 35-40 miles a day, and then sleeping rough and doing another 35-40. I'll do it whether I break a British record, but you got to set yourself targets, and I do it with a 35-pound Bergen, which is proper military training, but raising money. You know, again, my charities have been the last couple of years have been diabetes and stroke. My new one now is Hope Rescue, and hoping to make a lot of money. Done the 6 Peaks with a couple of boys, you know, Tozer. That was quite an adventure, and we raised some like 21,000 on that. And it's just, and we did it half for combat stress, half for cancer research. So you know, that's my philosophy. You know, charity. Vulnerable, and if you can do that, I think you've led a reasonable life, you know.
100%. Some really good values there, Jay. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, mate.
Got good quality merch as well.
Yeah, the Euro logo and all this.
Is it?
And,
it's nice.
Yeah, we got the t-shirts. I've just ordered another pile of kit off them now, ready for the winter, waterproof.
Nice.
Get it all signed with them.
Nice.
we were in the head of the game the other day, and a guy came up and he said, "Oh, you're pitch roofer, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, we are on pitch roofer. Oh, can you come and look at my roof?" So it works,
Oh,
you know.
mate, definitely.
And we're out and about. Oh, can you come and have a look at my roof? And that's why sign writing, merchandise has to be good.
Yeah.
Has to look tidy as well, and don't go for anything cheap. Spend
Not at
a little
all.
bit more, you know.
Definitely. But the thing is, it's like, it takes a while to build a good business, but it don't take long to have a shit name as well. You know what I mean? It takes one bad
100%,
reputation.
100%. But your branding's brilliant, right? And you know, people learn from other people what they do. And I always look at other people, and you learn things. And
Definitely.
you've always learn, and that's the other key to anything in business. Never take anything for granted, because I don't. You know, and I at one time in the 80s, I had NatWest Banks, all the NatWest Banks building work, refurbishment. I employed 75 people.
Wow.
Me and Chris O'Connell used to buy houses in Patol, but do them up, sell them on. We had an estate agency business, and we've done everything. You have the peaks, but you also have the troughs. We hit 1989, where interest rates went from 2% to 15%.
Mad, isn't it?
So repossessions are rampant. So we had an estate agency business, not selling any houses. It was tough times, you know. And it's how you come out. And do you give up then and think, I can't do this, or do you shake it off and then go again? Like, you
It's
know?
resilience then, isn't it? To keep
You've got to
going.
keep on going. And touch wood, we since we started this over 8 years ago, we haven't had a look back. I've never not had work, you know. And if I feel there's a bit of a lull, I go looking for it. And I know a lot of people, and I've been offered so much work on building, so I don't want to touch that.
You don't want to do building sites?
No, it's a bit again. The money is like tight on it.
Yeah.
But more importantly, they chuck too much to do in the short period of time. We won't rush anything.
No, that's where you lose your quality then.
We will not on that. And if something was happening here, I said, right, boys, pull off. Let's start again tomorrow or whatever.
Nice.
You know. Very rarely that happens, but you've got to judge every day is different. Every day is different.
I get it.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you, I love it because it's healthy, it's outdoors, it's quite physical on times. When we move in the materials around, it's quite strength building.
Definitely.
And, you know, I feel good. I feel good, you know. It's important with people like Mackenzie bringing them through. We will give him a trade, mind.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you heard him saying it's labouring, but he will get a trade off us. And he'll be able to do everything that we can do.
Yeah.
And you've got to have contingencies, because it's all very well going to university and college, and great when you come out, but the economy, the world is getting a tougher place.
100%, yeah, mate.
So qualifications are one thing, graft's another.
Yeah. Oh, I could go on a tangent about degrees in university, mate. How many
It's
people do you know go sports science degrees and never do nothing with it?
Yeah, they did the 1 years ago in Loughborough, where all the brilliant rugby players, I'm talking, you know, in the late 70s, early 80s, all my mates went to Loughborough, and they done basket weaving just so they could play rugby.
Yeah.
And a couple of the boys got Cambridge.
Basket weaving?
Yeah, basket weaving. Genuinely, it was a degree.
That's
basket
mad.
weaving. Yeah, what we doing here now? Just getting the gauge for these anti-slates we're using, all right?
No,
the slates we're using are much better than that. Yeah, what happens now? Once these couple are on here, it's bang, bang, bang all the way up and all, you know?
As you can see, guys, they are working hard down here at Pitch Roofers in Bridgend. But if you do want to get in contact them, you've got pitchroofers.co.uk, the website. Online, you can see them on social media, Pitch Roofers. And to top it off, they're all Bridgend Athletic boys. So makes it even better. But the biggest thing with Gerald, though, is I've noticed over the last couple of years in particular, is he loves giving back, as he said. He worked last week at the Hope Rescue place in Bridgend. And he's been working with a lot of charities over the last couple of years while sponsoring the boys. So, and on top of that, he sponsors Walkers Only podcast. So I'm super grateful to be a part of it and being able to come on site today and check the boys out. So make sure you check them out. Thanks, guys.